Where you stand today,
Mhm.
what do you think is the gap between people and policy?
I think the people who are in policy have not seen certain struggles that people go through. So they are in this bubble. That sometimes it's difficult to go out of this bubble because you're always in your office working. You hear people's problems here and there if they go and open their hearts about it, but they still remain in that bubble. And if you are on the ground, you get to know more what are the people's wants and needs. Okay, there's research, but the research does not reflect the population that you live in or the society that you live in. And what better way to do that if you do not go with them and experience what they experience every day? In my life, I went to like so many turmoils and saw like so many different things that every single thing that I did built me to the person that I am today. And I've seen the struggles between policy and the society because I was part of society and that policy could not help me as a child. For example, when my dad found help for me, I was 17 years old. I needed consent in order for me to have help. And there's no law that 17-year-olds. So 17-year-olds, it's a really gray area for to seek help or to do anything,
Yeah.
unfortunately, because you're not an adult, but you're expected to be an adult,
On
but
certain fronts.
on certain fronts. But
Well, as we're speaking, you're allowed to vote.
exactly, but
So,
you're not allowed to see a psychologist without your parents' consent. And that thing really hurt me because if my dad couldn't, I didn't want to show my mom that I want to find help. I only showed my dad that I wanted to find
how
help
come, if I may ask?
because my mom was always the man of the house.
Okay.
She always like wore the big pants. She always tried to discipline us. My
Okay.
dad tried to discipline us, but my mom was like, if she gives you a look from across the room, quiet.
Okay. So
Um,
she's not in favor of therapy.
she's kind of not in favor of therapy.
Okay.
She thinks she thinks in a way like she's very old school. Like if she gives you money, that's enough support.
Okay.
But for you to go find support, you're showing weakness.
Okay.
Which nowadays she's learning to accept that support is not only like through finances, but also through finding help opportunities and so on and so forth. But for her at the time, she was like, "You don't need anything. Like you're good. Your grades are great. Like everything is fine. Like even when my dad had operations, we used to go to school still, even if it was a major operation. She did not like let us like stay at home. We just wait it out or anything. She just like go to school. It's everything's like normal. Like your first priority is your education. And even my aunts and uncles, they have this similar mentality, and even my dad. But when he saw me that I was like struggling a bit, he was like, "Let's find help. It's fine. We're going to find help." And I did not want to show her because I always like, so I'm the middle child. I'm the very independent person, the person that they don't need to come for me, like to pick me up for anywhere. I'm going to just get the bus, no problem. I'm going to sort out everything. I don't have food, I will cook, not an issue whatsoever. And for me, for my mom to see me that I was a bit weak for going to therapy, I did not want that because I didn't want her to worry about me that I have something wrong.
Okay.
So that's why I'd never showed her at the time. But then like I told her, like, listen, I'm just going there. Don't no need to worry. I'm just going to see a psychologist like once every 2 weeks. And she was okay about it. Like she tried to understand. Maybe in my mind I was like, I'm going to disappoint her. But like I always tried my best to show them that I'm okay. Like it's fine. There's no need to take care of me. Take care of my sister and my brother, and I'm fine. Like I can do this. I always did it. So, but but yeah, it's difficult. But at the same time, it's once you expose them to it, to the idea of it, and I always try to show that I'm very strong as a person. So I always like put up this frontier, this wall to them that everything is fine. And then like I'm like a ticking time. But then when I explode, I explode.
But it still took quite a bit of courage for you to step out of that circle and to actually seek help, and in the first place to recognize that you need help or a different kind of support as well, because if you have been indoctrinated in a certain way, it's even hard for